In 2026, Volkswagen is bleeding billions trying to build a software empire from scratch, while Renault is literally splitting its company in half just to survive.
Yeah, I mean, the European auto industry isn't just transitioning, it is having a violent identity crisis right now.
Exactly. Welcome to the deep dive. Looking at the stack of research you send over to us, our mission today is to unpack how European auto giants are battling to survive this brutal EV market.
Right, and they're using radically different, sometimes completely clashing strategies to do it. So look at VW and Stellantis.
Yeah, let's start there because the two biggest players took, completely opposite bets. Like Volkswagen went all in on this integrated ecosystem, total vertical integration.
Oh, 100%.
Mhm.
They decided to build their own batteries through PowerCo and their own software through their CARIAD division.
Mm.
They basically want to dominate without handing over data to big tech.
Which makes sense in theory, but then you look at Stellantis, they lean hard into operational discipline. They use shared multi-energy platforms, specifically STLA1.
Right, meaning mechanically they can build gas, hybrid, or fully electric cars on the exact same underlying chassis.
Uh-huh. And add in their partnership with China's Leapmotor for off-the-shelf EV tech, and their R&D costs stay aggressively low.
It is a completely different philosophy.
It really is. I mean, it's like Volkswagen is the chef insisting on growing their own vegetables and raising cattle out back so they own everything.
I love that, yes. And Stellantis is happily outsourcing the tricky ingredients to keep the restaurant profitable today.
But, owning that whole supply chain is really backfiring for Volkswagen. Bend and metal is fundamentally different from agile software development.
Completely different. I mean, writing a unified operating system for millions of cars is what caused those massive CARIAD delays. They got bogged down trying to act like a Silicon Valley tech firm.
Right, and while they do that, they lose crucial ground in markets like China to nimble native EV brands like BYD.
Exactly. Now, Stellantis avoided that software trap, but they still hit a massive demand wall.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, they suffered a staggering 22 billion euro write-down because they drastically overestimated how quickly the public would actually buy fully electric cars.
Wait, 22 billion just from overestimating demand?
Yes.
Oh.
I mean, they had the manufacturing flexibility to fall back on hybrids, but that initial miscalculation was a brutal financial hit.
So that financial bloodbath in the mass market really explains why competitors like Mercedes and BMW are retreating to the safe haven of luxury margins.
Oh, absolutely. They are basically ignoring the volume game to focus purely on high-end buyers. BMW is doing this through highly flexible manufacturing, specifically their iFactory concept.
Right, because rather than building dedicated ED plants, and a factory line can swap seamlessly between EV, hybrid, and gas based on real-time market demand.
Exactly. They aren't trying to sell millions of cheap EVs. They are selling a premium technological experience that absorbs those massive development costs.
Well, what if you don't have those massive luxury margins to hide behind? Because that brings us to Renault's 2026 strategy, which is wild. They literally split the company in two.
Yeah, it is a fascinating move. Horse continues making profitable gas and hybrid engines, which serves as a financial engine to fund Ampere.
And Ampere operates entirely like a pure EV startup, right?
Right. Quarantining the legacy business like that allows Ampere to attract tech investors who want nothing to do with the financial baggage of combustion engines.
I do have to challenge Renault's product strategy, though. Like, they are banking heavily on reviving classic models like the Renault 5.
Yeah, the retro angle.
Right, but is relying on 1980s nostalgia actually a solid defense against cutting-edge EV competitors? It feels, I don't know, like a gimmick masking a lack of true innovation.
Well, I see what you mean, but the retro design creates an immediate emotional hook for European buyers, which native EV startups lack. But the true competitive advantage is under the hood.
What do you mean?
Pragmatic outsourcing. Instead of trying and failing to build an operating system from scratch like VW did, Renault just partnered with Google.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, by optimizing manufacturing and buying off-the-shelf software, Ampere is hitting that highly desirable sub-25,000 euro price point.
So they aren't trying to reinvent the software wheel. They just figured out how to make the car affordable using existing tech.
Exactly.
Wow. Well, that wraps up today's deep dive. Thank you so much for sending these incredible sources over and joining us as we unpack this chaotic market.
Definitely. But It does leave us with a massive question to ponder based on everything we looked at today.
Right, because if a giant like VW, with all its infinite resources, is nearly sinking under the sheer complexity of building a fully electric ecosystem from scratch.
Yeah, will these legacy auto brands ever truly catch up to companies that were born native electric?
Or are they permanently trapped by the history of their own assembly lines? It is a lot to think about. Thanks again for listening, and we will catch you next time.